Alright, so try to.
Don't use a skill check before you let me know, because I can give you bardic inspiration.
Alright. So last time, uh, we basically were introduced to Durek, Joseph, or Yosef, Initiate, Savarith, Ray, Khan. You guys all met in the city of Asgarth, and provided a mission from Mario Kazrat, basically to find a kobold outside the city of Stone Harbor that there were rumors of people seeing, but no one has ever actually confirmed it. So you guys met in the city of Asgarth, traveled to Stone Harbor, met with the local group of sailors, or met random sailors to try to get more information on the kobold, and then went to tavern. You guys created an impromptu concert inside one of a medium to large size tavern. Actually did really well, and had quite a few cheers going on. You guys, the next day, you left the tavern, grabbed some horses, and traveled down the shoreline looking for the kobolds, where you eventually ran into them. There was a sorcerer kobold, along with 3 or 4 other kobolds there. You were able to kill all of the kobolds with the exception of the sorcerer and one of them, which you guys chose to capture. The sorcerer kobold escaped into the water. You guys had the other kobold, asked him where they were staying. He led you to basically a underground cave. Looked like an underground man-made cave. You knocked him out, went down and explored, found quite a bit of spiders down there, and a small amount of treasure. So that's kind of where we pick up today. Is you guys are currently in the cave, the man-made cave. You guys are kind of going through the treasure, and that's where you're at right now.
Sweet.
Okay, so last time we found 2,000 copper, 1,300 silver, 60 gold, 3 gems, light green and dark green for 10 gold piece each, 1 light blue potion, and 1 sparkling red potion.
Let Todd's character try all the potions. No, I'm just kidding.
We're gonna try all the potions.
We don't have a wizard that can identify, do we?
No.
There's not a wizard in your party right now.
I could take identify when we level. Is that something I should just take so that I've got it ready?
If you like.
We can identify.
Did you already level up to 2?
I haven't yet because we said we'd do it when we got back to town. I've made I've made my level 2 guy, but I'm still at 1.
We'll just go ahead and go to level 2, and you can use
Okay.
identify.
Do it. Okay. Yeah, so I will use identify as a ritual. Bards can do rituals, right?
What?
I believe you can use it as a ritual
I
then.
thought only wizards could use the ritual casting.
Are bards ritual casters? Let me look. I'll find it.
Druids can ritual cast, but it's still you. Yeah, bards can cast it. That's
Okay.
a ritual.
All right.
What does it say on the spell itself?
It says the following. I'm gonna have to. 1 second. I'm gonna have to change this so that I've got it loaded. That character.
All right, identify instantaneous touch ritual. It is a ritual, and it does count for. So yes, a bard, knowledge cleric, and a wizard can all cast it as a ritual.
To cast a spell as a ritual, spellcaster must have a feature that grants the ability to do so. The cleric and druid, for example, have such a feature. The caster must also have the spell known in their list of spells.
Should I drop Bane, Comprehend Language, or Fairy Fire or Healing Word for Identify?
When you level up, you get to learn a new spell.
These are my level 2 spells.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so like Bane and Fairy Fire are both concentration, so I could drop one or the other of them.
I'd go with Bane.
Drop Bane. Okay.
Well, I mean, is that a save too?
Yeah, Bane does require a save on their end, but I'm a 18 charisma, so it's a high save.
So it's we either force a D4 negative roll on the DM, or we get advantage on attacks for anybody that fails the save.
I'm going to drop Fairy Fire, just because I think Bane's a little stronger. I've already got bonuses I'm able to throw out for hitting, so...
And you don't get... yeah, that's good, because with Fairy Fire, you don't get to discriminate targets.
Yeah.
So that could work against us as well.
Yeah. All right, I cast Identify as a ritual for however many times. I spend 10 minutes per for each of them.
Okay. So while you're taking the time to ritually cast Identify, everyone else go ahead and make a perception roll. So during this time, you have both potions there with you. You're looking and trying to understand what they are. You see that the first one you identify as a potion of water breathing.
Cool.
And the second one, the redder potion, you identify as a potion of fire breath.
Nice.
So
Even though I can't use that one.
I think we just give it to one of the paladins to hold on to, since they're more trustworthy than the rest of us, probably.
Han would probably love to breathe fire.
Yeah, yes, he would.
All right. What did Roberta roll?
9 for me,
14.
16 for her.
The elf got a 6.
6. So Ray hears something that sounds like spiders, but not a lot of them. Maybe 1 or 2.
Wait, so we are back in town, or
No,
we're
you're still in the cave.
Oh, okay, okay.
Where's our little prisoner? Who's got him?
So, as you recall, last time you knocked him out before venturing down into the cave. So he is probably outside the cave, knocked out still. You guys have been in the cave for approximately 45, 50 minutes.
Okay. And he was tied up. I remember that.
He was tied, yes.
Okay, so Ray all of a sudden says, I hear something like spiders.
All right, let's get ready to fight.
I'll venture forward to kind of try to see if I can get my eyes on him.
Okay.
Sneaky, sneaky, sneaky like.
So who does not have dark vision?
I do not.
Okay.
You have a torch, though, because I gave you one.
Yeah.
So as you guys look around the room, you do not see any spiders. And now that you guys are all actively listening, you do hear them coming from the the distant part of you do hear the noise coming from the distant part of the cave, right around in this area here.
The cave keeps going.
So from what you can see right now, it looks like a wall.
I'll investigate the wall very carefully.
Okay. Go ahead and make a investigation check.
It's a 21.
All right. So over in the corner. Where is my little piece here? Over in the corner, right about there, you do find what appears to be a loosely built wall. Not natural, obviously. It definitely looks like to you that someone has built up the wall there to hide something or potentially close off a room.
I'll ask one of the paladins, would you mind tearing down that wall, please?
So I'm gonna let Ray go up there and start to poke at the wall a little bit to see.
All right.
And Durik's gonna go up next to her and look too.
Okay. So I've got Ray Initiate and Dirk over by the wall. Is that where everybody else is, or kind of back a little bit?
Then I just will. Durik says, "You want me just to hammer it?" And he brings out his hammer with 2 hands.
Okay. Go ahead and make an attack roll.
I critically fail.
All right. So you take your hammer, and as you're swinging it, you miss the wall completely, and it hits the ground right in front of you.
Ah, damn it! Let me try again.
Move a little closer to it.
All right. So you pick up the hammer again. Go ahead and make your attack roll.
10.
Okay. So you hit against the wall, and as your first hit goes in, go ahead and roll damage.
$13.
So you see your hammer goes into the wall, easily breaks through and starts to crumble down. There's a hole about eye level to you, and you can see that there's probably about 30 feet of space inside there. Looks about like this, but right now you can see the hole just through that one square right here.
Looks like there's another room back here. So can we start pulling down the wall?
Absolutely, sure.
Yeah.
All right. So as you guys start pulling the wall down, you guys can hear the noises get louder, and then all of a sudden they stop.
It knows we're here.
Can I see anything yet?
I can have the elf go in and scout.
Okay.
He volunteers. He says, I'll go take a look.
All right. So
And he does this little elf sneakiness.
He's gonna stealth in.
Yeah.
So the elf goes into the room, which isn't very wide, and doesn't hear the sounds, and doesn't see anything.
Have we done a short rest?
I don't think so.
I can say while you guys were doing the ritual casting to identify, you guys probably spent 30 to 45 minutes resting down here.
Okay. Then before the elf goes into the room, I will give him one of the bardic inspirations.
All right.
So he'll go sneaking in. What does he see? I guess roll a stealth first.
Yeah, go ahead and roll your stealth check.
That's going to be an 18.
All right. So as he walks into the area, he doesn't see anything, and it doesn't appear that anything has seen him that you guys are aware of.
So is it? Are there any? He'll look up, look at all the walls. Is there anything in there?
So as you look around other than the area where it looks like the wall was handmade, everything else seems to be dirt and the bracing that goes around. The ceiling is about the same height, about 10 feet tall. And,
So this is just a walled off empty room.
that's what it appears.
Maybe there's more false walls.
Yeah,
I'll check it out.
He'll move back out
Okay.
and let the. You're a barbarian, right? I don't remember which class you are.
Fighter.
I'm a monk.
You said Roger fighter. Sorry, I still didn't hear.
I'm a fighter.
A fighter. Okay.
I'll go back in there and.
Yeah, he'll motion for Dirk to be able to go back in.
All right. So Dirk goes back in. What are you going to do?
Start blasting the walls, I guess.
Investigate the walls to see if there's any false wall indications.
Roll an investigation check.
That would be 13.
Okay. So as you go up to the walls and you look at them, they seem extremely sturdy, not like the wall that you guys just broke down. It doesn't appear that anything is here now, but you can see that the walls are scratched. And there are a significant number of webs along the edges of the walls and the corners, both here and here. They look larger than the webbing that you saw towards the front of the cave.
Looks like there was some bigger spider in here at one point.
Where is it now, I wonder?
And I'll look up and see if there's any like holes in the ceiling around there or anything.
Okay. Go ahead and make an investigation.
19.
Can you guys still see me, or am I frozen?
You're frozen.
You're frozen.
We can see you, but you're frozen in place. You look
So
very
yes.
sad.
Yes to both questions.
Your eyes look of despair.
Yeah.
Do you want me to close you out and bring you back in?
Let me see.
It should re-kick on its own, like I was frozen for a little bit. Now it's gone. Too late.
Oh, it's been like that for a while. There we go.
All right. So as you look up, you do see a lot more tracks of what you would assume would be spiders, just based on the scenario. They do appear to go out into the larger area of the room. But as you track those out, you don't see anything specific.
I don't really see anything. Looks like they let out of this room somehow, even though the room was walled in.
Yeah. I wonder if this is where the big one lived or something, and somebody was trying to keep it. If that is the case, then it's gone now.
or it hasn't come back home yet.
There you go.
Or it's here and we can't see it.
Visible spiders. What's more fun than a spider, right?
Than invisible spiders. Who knows?
Well,
Somebody's
so-
trying to give me
well-
PTSD.
I heard that we swallow at least 2 or 3 spiders when we were alive. In our sleep. I heard that somewhere.
There you go. So I guess the question is do we care about potentially a giant spider? Like, there's nothing keeping us here. We're just kind of doing our own curiosity. We can leave.
I don't see any way around any of this. It looks like a solid wall to me. I'll tap the wall.
Let's boogie back to town, collect our reward, and next mission.
As you tap the wall, there's nothing there. I mean, other than what appears to you and all your indications that it's a solid wall.
So I guess we head back.
All right, let's do it.
All right. So as you guys turn around and start heading for the front, what direction are you guys? Who's taking the lead out? Because you guys remember that there's a large slope as you get towards the front of the.
Let me take the lead. I'm a little bit smaller.
Yeah.
Stubby legs don't climb up those slopes very well.
As usual, I kind of suddenly place myself in the middle of the group.
I'll be up towards the front.
Okay.
Con will be in the middle as well, but middle front.
All right. So as you guys start tracking out and you get close to the corner here, you see in front of you one spider pop straight up. And
It appeared or it came out of the ground.
it appears like it wasn't there and now it's there. And
Damn it, Steve.
And Ray notices behind her, or directly behind her, another spider appears.
What do the red indicate?
That's just so they can see them on the.
Oh, that's black on.
Right, yeah, because the black wouldn't be able to see them. So at this point, go ahead and roll initiative.
16. Ray rolls a 9.
Okay. Joseph?
All right, I've got a mighty 7.
7?
Yeah.
Initiate?
15, and con was 3.
3. And did we roll for Savarth? Or Sav?
Is that the elf? I can't remember his
Yeah,
elf's
that's
name.
Todd's character.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's a 17.
Alright. Alright. So you see the spider, and just to give you an idea of what they look like. Well, so the spiders that you see, they're rather large, the equivalent of a small creature, but large for a spider. They're blue on the top, and then they gray out towards their legs. So Savarth is up first.
All right, he'll go ahead and shoot an arrow.
At the far one or the one behind you guys?
I guess point to which one he is on the map again.
Let's see. So this would be.
That's me.
That's him. That's the one he'll
no,
shoot at
that's-
the one closest to
Let
him.
me name them out. So Durek, Initiate. That is Khan. Let's see. That is going to be Yosef, Savrith, and Ray.
So let me actually move Savarith into the corner,
Okay. Over here.
and then and that so into the very corner,
The
so
very
that he can
corner.
see both of them. Yeah,
Okay.
and then he'll shoot at the one that is at the top of at the north end instead of the southeast. Yep, that one. So he's got a 24 to hit.
That hits.
Okay. And that's going to be 9 damage.
9 damage.
Yep.
All right. Helps if I get the right one up here. All right. So shoots the arrow at the spider. It hits the spider. You see it wince, and then it looks forward. So that brings it to the spider's turn. The first one is going to move towards Durek and make a bite attack. That's going to be a 12. 12 does not hit. And the other one is going to come up against the female paladin and make a bite attack. Does a 20 hit Ray?
Yes.
All right. So she's going to take 6 damage and needs to make a DC 11 Constitution saving throw.
Against what? She has advantage against charge or magic that come previously, by the way.
It is not magic. It is
I'm just looking here, making
Yep.
sure.
So DC against her, DC 11 for Constitution.
So she takes 6 damage, you said?
Yep, 6 damage from the bite.
Really? Session timeout. And then I need to make a what save? Constitution save?
Yes.
14.
14 saves. So she takes 9 points of poison damage.
Ooh, that hurts.
Yeah.
Just to let you guys know, Ray is definitely it looks really bad.
She is bloodied.
She's almost stumbling on
Use the
herself.
4th edition term. If you're less than half hit points, you're bloodied.
Well, it's interesting you say that. So the red markers, if you were to look close to them, they actually say bloodied on them. So it was being my Merry Christmas.
That is one thing that 4th edition did well that 5th edition should have carried over but didn't.
Well, we can
Like
always
bloody's just a great term for.
Well, you would say that she would be bloody, but she looks worse than that.
All right, and that brings us to our next position. It's Durek.
So I'm going to swing at it with my Warhammer. I haven't quite changed from putting my shield back up, so I'm holding it two-handed.
Okay.
Does 24 hit?
24 just hits. Go ahead and roll damage.
That's 12.
12 points of damage.
And Durik is really pissed off because it tried to bite him. So he's all pumped up and he's going to action surge.
Okay.
And so he's going to make an additional attack using his action surge.
All right.
$23 again.
23 hits.
11.
All right. So you smack this spider, and you see it wince down and pops back up, and you hit it again, and it goes down, and it looks back up at you, makes a hissing noise. It's still up. It looks worse than Ray. Next will be Initiate.
All right. So I'm gonna turn to the one that attacked Ray.
Okay.
I'm gonna point at it and yell at Khan to help her, and then I'm charging right at that spider.
At the one by Ray.
Yep.
Okay.
And I'm going to attack and then use a key point to do flurry of blows, so that'll be 3 unarmed strikes.
Okay. Go ahead and make your.
Okay, so that's going to be a 23 to hit, or 24 to hit,
Okay.
a 20 to hit, and then a 10 to hit.
The first 2 hit. The second one does not.
All right, so that's going to be 12 points of bludgeoning damage.
All right. So you go up to it, you hit it with your fist, hit it, give it a kick. It moves a little bit. Doesn't really seem too bad, but you definitely hit it. So next one is going to be Ray.
Ray stumbles a little bit and she looks at the spider just kind of in shock because she wasn't quite expecting it, and she holds up her shield and she disengages to head back toward somebody with more HP than she has,
Okay.
trying to get out of its path of attack.
All right. So she'll back up there. Now, does she use? Is that her action to disengage?
It uses an action to disengage, I believe.
All right. So
Is that
not
correct?
like a rogue where they can use it as
Yes.
an action. Okay.
Yeah, rogues get it as a bonus action, but anybody can do it as an action.
All right. Does she have any bonus action she wants to use?
No.
Okay.
She can't use anything that would make.
That will bring us to Yosef.
All right, I'm going to Vicious Mockery the one up at the top, and I'll say, your compound eyes can only see 180 degrees around you. And then that's going to be a 12.
What was that?
Or no, actually, wait, I got to add proficiency as well, don't I? Or no, that's right. He needs to make it. He needs to
That's
make
a save.
It's going to be a DC 14.
14 save. That is against what?
14.
No, what?
Oh, it's a charisma save.
Charisma. So 18 minus 16. So that's going to save.
Man, that was a good insult too.
So you lay out this insult, and the rest of your guys start laughing, and this spider just seems.
Wait,
like
do I get the damage anyway or not?
Is it
I don't think it.
halved? Does it say?
No,
anything?
I think
Is it a cantrip?
Yeah,
Yeah,
It's-
then no.
yeah. It's
Okay.
nope. All right.
Any bonus actions?
Nope.
All right, and that'll bring us to con.
All right, so Khan's going to
Blast him in the
notice initiate pointing at the spider that he went. He's going to go charging in. Ray already got out of trouble.
At this one, yeah, Ray's back here.
All right, that changes what he was going to do. So he's just going to run in with his longsword.
To this one or the
And,
one up here?
The one that was attacking Ray,
Okay.
the one that I'm attacking now.
All right. So he's going to come back here.
Yep. And that's a 12 to hit.
12 does not hit.
Damn it. And that's it.
All right. That brings us to the top of the order. Asygarth.
Oh wait, no, he's got 2-weapon fighting. He's going in with his dagger.
Okay.
Yeah.
Go ahead. And make
Bonus action. And that's a 23 to hit.
That hits.
And that is rolled the wrong dice for damage there. That is 6 points of piercing damage.
Okay. All right. So goes in with the dagger, stabs it right in the side of where the head is, just behind it, and winces back. You see it kind of stumble a little bit, but it's still standing up. All right. So that brings us to Asygarth.
Oh, that's the elk. All right, he'll shoot again. The one at the bottom because he's got a clear shot to it.
Okay.
That's a 22. So it's going to be 8 damage.
Okay. All right, and that brings us to the spider's turn. So the one at the top, next to Khan, is going to make an attack roll. It's going to bite at Khan. Does a 18 hit?
It hits.
Sorry, not Khan. I'm sorry. That's Derek. I apologize.
I have 18.
18. So that will hit. Let's see. Going to take 7 points of piercing damage, and then you're going to need to make a DC Constitution saving throw.
What was the
11.
the damage?
7 points of piercing damage.
And then
Constitution saving throw.
why couldn't it be poison? I have advantage against poison, by the way.
Okay, make it with advantage.
17.
17 succeeds. So get 13, 17 halved. So that's what? 8 points of poison damage. So this spider reaches out, bites at you right in the arm. Feel the pain, but then you feel the poison go through your body.
Then you feel that euphoric poison.
You don't feel like you can completely fight it off. Does a little bit of damage. And then right in front of you, the spider disappears.
Yeah.
And then the next spider is going to take a bite attack against Khan.
Hey, Bram, should I get rid of Fairy Fire or Bane? What do you think? Should I get rid of the one that's going to help us fight invisible spiders? Yeah, I think I will.
Does
I don't think that would have
does 18 hit?
that would have helped us. 18 on con?
Yes.
Yes.
All right.
Don't forget about your temporary hit points.
Oh, yeah.
So
Oh, what was that?
Temporary hit points. You get 5 temporary hit points.
And somebody
6
has
now.
Bardic Inspiration.
Oh, 6 now. So 6 points of piercing damage and a Constitution saving throw.
Hold on.
So any previous Bardic Inspiration would have been gone because we took a short rest.
So do you want me to calculate this without the temporary hit points now?
No, the temporary hit points
The
are
temporary
there.
ones, it's just you don't have the inspiration.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's inspiring leadership. That's my inspiring leadership. And it's 6 points because we're level 2.
Okay, you said a con save?
Yes.
Okay, for con, that's a con for con is a 17.
So you save on it. However, you do still take 10 points of poison damage.
Is that all the damage total?
No, that's in addition to the 6 points of piercing damage.
At 10 poison?
10 poison, 6 piercing.
Okay.
I didn't do this.
That's done a little bit.
I missed something when we did my calculating my damage.
Okay.
I have advantage against poison, but I'm also resistant to poison. So
Okay.
I would have only taken 4 damage from
So
that
you'd have
poison.
taken half of the half.
That's what would put me-
And then directly in front of Khan and Initiate, that spider also disappears.
Could I make a history check to see if I would have studied, if this would have come up in my studies at the monastery?
Go ahead and make a go ahead and make a history check.
It's a 18.
So you've heard stories of phase spiders in the past, how they are extremely poisonous, but then they also have the ability to shift out of the plane. So from the material
Phase
plane
spiders.
to the ethereal plane.
I'll relay this to everybody that it's like they're not invisible, they've gone ethereal. Abilities like this would be very much up the alley of my order to study.
All right, and that ends their turn. That brings us to Durek.
And Durek's all mad. Where are they? I don't see them. So he's going to ready himself for an attack if he sees a spider appear in front of him or around him.
Okay.
Actually, before he does that, he's going to move over next to Ray.
Okay.
And then he's going to ready the attack.
All right. That will bring us to Initiate.
All right, I'll also kind of move closer to Ray and ask Khan to throw some healing her way, and kind of just put my back to her and holding an attack, an unarmed strike, for anything to appear within 5 feet of me.
You're like winding up your fist like Popeye does.
Pretty much. Oh, I'm sorry. It would be a dagger that's kind of winding up. My silver dagger's out in one hand.
Okay. That brings us to Ray.
Ray looks at everybody to see who's like hurt the most.
It probably appears that she's hurt the most.
So she's going to cure some wounds on herself.
Okay.
She is able to actually heal herself by 11 points.
Nice. Good heal.
She looks a lot
Paladins.
better.
Andrew just message says, feel bad that I bungled my papers. I'm letting her know that we have papers for her.
Papers, please.
Your papers. Where's your papers?
Yes, I need to see your papers, please. All right.
And then she just looks around. Where'd they go? She was kind of distracted by being in pain.
Understand. All right. So she's looking for him. That brings us to Yosef.
I'll just ready in action. I've got a real zinger when they appear.
All right.
Ready in action to cast a spell.
And then that brings us to Khan.
All right, so he'll move back, kind of forming the semicircle there,
Okay.
and he will. Where'd it go? All right. Are we? Did we just take poison damage, or are we poisoned?
You have taken poison damage at this point.
Okay. So he is going to. And he's going to take 5 points from his full, and kind of place his hand on his head and give himself 5 more hit points.
Okay. So he heals 5 hit points.
Yep.
All right. That brings us to the.
And glows as he puts it on his forehead.
So that brings us to the top of the order. Sabra. Can't hear you.
Sorry, he'll ready in action.
Okay. What's the trigger on that one?
If a spider appears, he shoots it.
Okay.
Oh no, with aerial plane, he wouldn't be able to hear it or anything. Okay, yeah, that's what it'll do.
Okay. So on the spider's turn, the first one appears
Yeah!
right
Now we
behind.
elbow each other out of the way to use our ready to action on it.
Right behind Derek. So go ahead and do your ready to action.
So he takes his hammer by both hands and swings down at it for 8. 14.
14 hits.
And then he's going to roll for damage. 12.
So as you see the spider reappear directly to your side, you pull your hammer back, bring it down directly in the middle of the spider, crushing it into the floor, and it stops moving. The next spider appears right here, but on the ceiling.
Severeth will shoot it with an arrow.
Okay. Make your attack roll.
It's going to be a 17,
That hits.
7 damage.
Okay.
And then I will viciously mock it and say, "Your spider silk is only as strong as steel."
All right. And it makes a
And
save.
then you're making a charisma save against 14.
Charisma save against 14. So 16.
Are you serious?
Mhm.
You rolled 2 18s on it. Man,
I did.
that's crazy. Bert?
Let's see. Who else had a ready to action? Initiate.
So I can't. There's
You
not
are
one within
here.
5 feet of me, right?
It is not within 5 feet of you.
So I can throw my dagger at it.
Absolutely.
All right. Dagger throw. And that's gonna be a miss. It was only 9 to hit.
Yeah, that doesn't hit. All right. So from the top of the ceiling, this spider drops to the floor and makes a bite attack. I forget, who was that? Who was this one? Do you remember?
I thought it was initiate, but I can't remember.
I thought this one was initiate,
No, okay, maybe you're right.
and then this.
Yeah, that one was me.
Oh, this must be Savarith. So it's going to take a bite attack at Savarith. Oh, that's a natural 20. Who's playing?
Row.
Who's playing Savarith?
Oh, that's me. Sorry.
Yes.
Yep. And how much damage?
12 points of piercing damage,
Holy cow.
and
Okay.
then Constitution saving throw.
That's going to be a failed con save, I think. A 7.
7 fails. Needed 11 to get that one.
All right. So,
9. 17 points of poison damage.
all right. Well, it's a really good thing that he's got that bonus HP.
All right. So he's still up?
Yeah.
All right.
Wait, he's in the corner, isn't he? Todd's guy?
No, I thought that was Savarith.
Oh, this is Savarith?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's in the corner.
Okay, so that's Yosef then.
Oh, well, yeah, it's Savarith for sure.
Okay.
So, yeah, that con save is going to fail no matter what, I guess. Okay, so 17 damage, you said?
Yeah, 17 points of poison damage, and then, what did I say, 12 points of piercing damage?
Something like that.
Oh, yeah, he's definitely down.
Okay. So you see him fall to the ground. That will take us to initiate. Oh, I'm sorry, no, Derek.
So I see Yosef fall to the ground and Dirk rushes over to attack the spider.
Okay.
Well,
So you go over here.
yes,
So as you go, the spider is going to take
that's
his.
dead.
Oh, that's right. You're absolutely right. Helps if I turn it upside down so I know that it's dead. All right. So go ahead and make your attack roll.
10.
10 actually misses.
Can I grab my shield as a bonus action?
Absolutely.
So I'm gonna grab my shield as a bonus action, hold my hammer in my other hand.
Okay. That will bring us to initiate.
All right. So Did that spider drop down off the ceiling?
It is on the floor now, yes.
All right. So seeing that Joseph's down, I will rush over there, pulling out a second dagger since I threw one.
Okay.
It finished me off.
And you're not going to get out that easy. And stab with the dagger and roundhouse kick as a bonus action.
Stabby McStabs a lot.
The stab with the dagger is going to be a 16, and the kick is going to miss. So that is 7 points of piercing damage.
So go ahead and tell me what you do.
The dagger's going right for one of the eyes.
All right.
For one of
Up to the
1,200 eyes.
So you run up to this spider. As you're drawing the dagger, you reach into it, push the knife right, or push the dagger right into its eye. You hear it whimper. You twist it until the spider falls from its legs and its body hits the floor lifeless.
And then, as it's going down, I'll point at the at Yosef and look back at Khan and go, "Kill the funny one."
So we'll go ahead and pull those off. So what is Khan doing?
Is it his turn now?
There's no other, so I'll let you.
Oh,
guys-
okay. So yeah, he's gonna run up and he's gonna do Cure Wounds on Yosef.
Okay.
And that, nice. 8 max roll. So you're going to get 10 hit points back off that.
Awesome. So I'll come to and kind of dust myself off and say, I signed up for adventure, not near-death experiences.
And I'll be like, you weren't even anywhere near death. You killed the last one.
Ah, of course I did. Good.
No even inclination that he's trying to deceive you at all. You just believe it.
Yeah. Then I'll start talking about the vicious mockery spell and say, you see, the insult itself is what causes them to miss you because they're so enraged. But it's the psychic energy that's actually causing the damage to their brains.
That uses a spell.
Anybody else wanting to do anything before?
Maybe
I'm going to retrieve my silver dagger that I threw.
maybe look at the spiders and see if there's anything I can recover from them. That might be of value. Maybe try to get some venom from them or something.
Okay. Go ahead and make a.
Wait. I don't have any vials.
Um,
Yeah, I don't have anything to put it in, so it doesn't matter.
I've got ink vials.
Never mind.
Yeah, I'll poison is some spider venom. Base spider venom is going to be more valuable than ink. I can get more ink.
Okay.
Let's do it. See if you can recover it into the ink bottle. I'll just pour it on the ground.
No, what?
Go ahead and make a.
Should I be doing that, or should somebody else be trying? Maybe the
I
ranger.
am proficient in alchemy and herbalism, so collecting stuff like that, I would think, would fall under that. What do you think?
Alchemy,
Probably survival.
probably not. More like it would either be something to do with nature specifically, because it is a large monstrosity.
Okay.
I don't think herbalism.
Then, yeah,
that would be more plant based.
Asygarth will probably be the best one.
Yeah, you'd want survival, and he does have survival. So let's see. Let me see what his wisdom is.
I'm slightly.
I have no idea what Todd's actual stats are, so I know he had an 18, then the +2 for his dex, and everything else I just kind of went like 10s or 12s.
Okay.
So let's see. He has proficiency.
I have a +3 in survival.
I have a +1.
He also has a +3 in survival. Or no, he's got a +4. Okay. If we do a long rest, I could inspire him. Or no, he still has the. No, he doesn't have bardic inspiration because I don't get it until I do a long rest. Okay. Yeah, so he'll just try to skin it, and he gets a 13.
Okay. How much liquid do your ink vials hold?
They're like 2 ounce, or probably like 4 ounce bottles each. I've got 2 of them.
You're not taking that on an airplane.
Nah.
What's an airplane?
Yeah.
You mean more like a flying ship?
Yeah. A future air cruiser.
So, from each spider, you're able to obtain a total of 3 ounces
Okay.
of venom.
You want to add that to the rest of the party stocks?
All right, then. You said 3 ounces of venom?
Yeah.
So, this venom will allow you 48 poison damage.
Wow.
Holy cow.
Jeez.
It's pretty significant.
Asygarth is going to keep one of those then.
And that requires a Constitution save of 11 for it to be effective.
Are you using the standard rules? One of those vials can coat 1 melee weapon or 3 pieces of ammunition?
Being 3 ounces, you'd be able to coat 6 items, and that would last you through approximately a day once you used it,
Oh, nice.
or until that item hits. Does that make sense?
Yeah, so essentially it's 1 use, but it'll be available for a day.
Right, so if you were to put it on your sword, you would take one of the 6 uses, and then it would be on your sword for that 24-hour period. But once it hits, that poison is used on the target.
And then what was the DC on the half?
BC 11.
Okay.
All right. It's up to you guys now what you'd like to do. Do you want to take a break really quick?
Yeah, I think it's definitely time to go and probably take a short rest and then boogie.
Okay.
Let's go retrieve our kobold friend, though.
Yeah. So while we take a short rest, you get to add a D6 to the hit points heal. So I'm going to expand 1 hit dice and heal.
Was he still up by the entrance?
That'll heal me 6.
He is outside of the cave. By the entrance is where you guys that's where you knocked him out at, and he was tied up.
So before we started the long rest, I would have either gone up there, or I think we should all go up there to
A long rest or short rest?
rest.
I guess if we're going to actually head back, we should do a long rest, right?
Yeah, that'd probably be good.
So are you going to go up and check on the kobold before you take a long rest, or are you guys going to leave the cave?
I don't want to take a long rest in the cave. I don't trust this cave anymore.
Yeah.
Spiders be gone.
I agree.
And I don't think we should take any rest without at least retrieving our prisoner.
Okay.
Yeah, I agree with that. Like he's just right there. Let's go back down on the beach.
Okay. So as you guys remember, coming down into this cave, it was about a 45-degree incline or decline to get down. So as you guys are going up, we need everyone to make a athletics check.
But I would just, being the more dexterous one, I'd offer to take a rope and tie it up and to help everybody get up.
I'm pretty strong. 19.
Okay. So 19, you're able to traverse it. Initiate. What would you roll?
Acrobatics or athletics?
Acrobatics.
He said athletics.
Okay,
Did
so
I
that's
say athletics? All right, athletics.
I rolled a 1, so I tumbled back down to the bottom. I fell on the way in, didn't I?
You did fall on the way
Yes.
in. You are graceful.
if we're doing athletics, then it's just a straight 13.
I'll just when I roll to the bottom, I'll wince and like try to hop to my feet and just laugh and like, ha ha ha.
Ray got a 5.
Just a minor slip, but I like am clearly in pain because I twisted something.
All right.
And con.
Oh, you zoomed in on yourself. I like it.
Con got a 16.
Yes, I'm sorry.
Okay.
Smart.
So Con and Durek are able to make it up, completely ignoring the fact that Initiate said that he would go up and put a rope up there. As Initiate gets about halfway up the incline, he trips a little bit, but catches himself, and is able to scale the rest of the way out. However, Ray and Yosef both start climbing up. Yosef taking the lead, trips, falls, undercuts Ray, and they both slide back down to the bottom 2 times before reaching up to grab the rope and pulling themselves out of the cavern or out of the cave. And you guys, as a group, finally make it up to the top.
Very nice.
Well, that was certainly harder than it should have been.
So at this point, you guys are out of the cave, at the top. What are you doing now?
Looking for the
Our
kobold.
friend still there?
Go ahead and make a investigation check.
Natural 20.
Kobold is still tied up, out cold. Actually, you guys want to do me a favor really quick and make a just make a regular D20 roll and tell me the numbers that you get.
Everybody.
Yeah. That way I can just put you guys in order so I can if there's specific things that you guys want to do.
All right. Sephiroth gets a 10, and then Yosef gets a 4.
Okay.
Dirk gets a 12.
Initiate's a 16. And Con's a 7.
Roll for Ray.
And for Colonel Taylor, when he's watching this later, I'm using specific dice for each of our characters and not just picking the higher ones for me.
Alright, so
Sounds like somebody who is not doing that. Sounds like exactly what they'd say.
this way I can kind of track where you guys are at in a specific order if you guys want to do anything. in general.
When we were playing in Wisconsin, and if I was running Quinn's character, I had asked him how I should do that. He said, "If I were you, I'd take the higher roll."
Let's see.
I'm not doing that with him.
So, let's see. There we go. And the orders that you guys. I think this is Yosef. There we go. All right, so I got you guys in just a general order. So you guys see the kobold. He's tied up, out cold, right next to the cave where you left him approximately 2.5, 3 hours ago.
I say we take a short rest and head back and take this kobold in.
I think we take a long rest just so that we have all our spells back.
What are these spells? I'm just kidding. That's fine.
Okay.
Who's gonna be on?
I agree with taking a long rest.
This foam is actually pretty nice. It's kind of textured because the spray paint I used on it kind of warped it a little bit, so it's
Oh, nice.
textured.
Yeah, foam doesn't like spray paint. There's my PSA for the day.
So you guys are in the forest at the top there. Put some nice green down there for you. Give you an idea. Fairly dense forest. What order would you guys like to do your watches in, or if you guys all just going to sleep? How do you do it?
Severoth is going to take the first 4 hours and kind of do a walkabout of the whole area because he only needs 4 hours of sleep.
Okay.
So he'll do kind of out to about 1,000 meters in all directions, kind of explore using stealth.
Anybody else with them?
And then Joseph, of course, is going to set up his tent, his hammock, and his unseen servant starting to, do minor preparations like coffee, etc. Well, not coffee, but tea.
All right. So small little campfire then, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll take the second half. Oh no, half I'll still have to sleep. Never mind.
Yeah.
But Con and I will take a watch together.
Okay.
Dirk
2
is
or 3
completely
hours.
exhausted, so he says, I'll take the last watch. I really need to take a nap."
So is Con and Ray going to take the last watch then? Or not Con, but Dirk and Ray take the last watch?
Yeah, we'll take the last watch.
All right. So as the first watch starts, you scout around the area. Go ahead and make a perception check.
That's going to be an 11, 12, 13, 14.
So as you scout around, you're able to find common things that you would find in a forest. You hear what you are accustomed to hearing at night in the woods: owls, coyotes, small beasts that would be going through the woods. You don't see any of them at that time because you don't have night vision, do you?
The elf? Oh, yeah.
Oh, the elf does. Okay.
Yeah, the
So
elf's the one out and about.
You're able to see a couple owls looking around, and then you can hear but not really catch in view the scurrying of smaller creatures, like basic forest creatures. Other than that, nothing.
Okay.
Your watch passes uneventful, other than the things that you were hearing. We'll go to the second watch. So those people that are on the second one, go ahead and make a perception.
So that'll be Con and I. Con perception. That's just a 5. And initiate. That's a 18.
So as you go through your watch, you hear the same sounds as before. You can about an hour into your watch, you can start to see light from the moon start to shine through the canopy of the trees. Other than some of the sounds starting to die off, you don't hear anything else, and passes uneventfully. As your watch comes to an end, you wake up the other two, and you guys go to rest. So go ahead and make your perception.
$19, $13.
So as your watch goes along, you're able to hear the same sounds. The moon is almost directly overhead and kind of brightens the area. Through this, you're able to look fairly closely, being quiet. You're able to actually see a couple of deer start moving around and walk in front of your path through the area. But other than that, everything passes uneventfully.
All right.
At that point, the sun begins to rise. You can see the moonlight fade and the sunlight start to push in past the canopy of the trees, lighting up the area as dusk dawn overtakes the night. What would you guys like to do?
So so as they start getting breakfast going and he's got his unseen servant out, he'll start telling a tale. It's a familiar tale, kind of a local legend, but as he tells it, there's aspects to it that you've never heard before. And he talks about greatness and the value of defending the king and the value of bravery and the glory to be had. And everybody gets 6 bonus health points.
Well, I appreciate you adding that in there because I didn't like the concept of saying supreme leader or dictator, so he will be referred to as a king from now on. Figured I'd let you guys choose that.
Well, that's usually what dictators do. They refer to themselves as something else.
He calls himself El Presidente.
El Presidente. So he's Hispanic.
I think it's time for us to go get our horses and head back.
We hope the horses are still there.
Well, we went down to the beach where we came from, right? Like that's where we slept.
Oh no, you guys slept next to the cave opening.
What? We didn't sleep next to our horses?
We didn't say we went back to them.
Yeah, you guys never said,
Okay.
so
All
I left
right.
you guys
Well,
in the middle of the woods.
Okay.
You guys had your horses tied up
Yeah.
to some trees, but they
Yeah.
were more or less between the beach and the water, or between the forest and the water.
Yeah. Yosef is like kind of pondering how he slept on a hammock when his hammock is down with the horses. You wouldn't have slept on the ground, I'll tell you that. So yeah, he's kind
You
of
use
got
your spare.
that. Exactly.
Your unseen servant went ahead and crafted
Always always carry a spare hammock.
and
That's
some of his clothes in order to make you a hammer.
yeah.
So as you guys start to trek back to the area where your horses are at, you guys pass the opening area where you guys remember the kobold was on top of the rocks there. You approach to where the horses are at, and as you guys get closer, you start counting the horses. Whose horses are they?
They were the monastery in
The town.
Asygarth.
Who acquired them? Let me put it that way.
I did.
Okay. So as you start walking, or as you're walking and you get closer and you're counting the horses, you get to 5 a couple of times, and a feeling of panic comes over to you as you run to try to count the horses, and you see that there definitely are 5 that are tied to the trees, and there's 1 rope that lays from the tree onto the ground without a horse on it.
All right, Severus
so
is going to immediately start tracking.
Okay. So as you look through the ground, you can see that there are horse tracks that lead between where you guys are, where the horses were tied, and to the town of Stone Harbor. You can also see what appears to be tracks of what you've seen before from the kobolds going up to the area where the horses are at. There looks to be a lot of footprints in that area, and then there doesn't appear to be any going away from the horses.
Kobold stole our horse. All right, well,
Let's go.
After them.
murder knife sharp there, initiate.
So we tie the other one up and attach it to one of the horses, and we'll just walk our way toward follow the path that the ranger's leading us on.
Yep.
So you're tying the kobold to the horse as you guys are riding. Is that what you're saying?
Basically, he's hog-tied, so just putting him over the side, and making sure he doesn't fall off.
Okay. Who all is riding the horses and who is walking?
So I'm definitely riding.
I can't really walk. I can't really walk as fast as these horses. I kind of got small legs. I'm sorry.
Okay.
On will be on a horse.
Okay.
And initiate will be. I'm assuming Severus is staying close to the ground, the track.
Okay.
Yes.
All right, so I will be on foot close to Severus.
So Severus and Initiate are on foot. You have the kobold tied over an individual horse.
Well, somebody still can ride that horse.
Right. But from what you're saying, Initiate, is you and Severus are walking with the horses to track on the ground.
Khan will be leading. Will have the lead for the one of the empty horses for my horse.
All right. So as you guys start tracking the horses, or start tracking with the horses heading back to Stone Harbor, you get about 5 to 6 hours into your trek, and you see that the tracks for the horse veer off the beach area and go into the woods.
Continue to follow. I guess how easy is it to dismount? Can we stay mounted, or do we need to dismount?
You could stay mounted on the horse. It'll be difficult terrain for the horses as they go into the woods. So your movement would be extremely limited.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay. So you guys turn into the woods and start to go almost directly away from where the water would be, where the ocean is at, and you were able to follow the tracks. Go ahead and make a survival for tracking.
That's
Can
going to
you
be
make it with advantage since I'm helping?
Yeah, go ahead and make it with advantage.
Okay. It's going to be a 16.
16. All right, go ahead and roll a percentile dice. Percentile dice.
34.
So you are able to make it 34 feet into the woods before you lose track of the horse, which you assume that the kobold is riding.
All right, I will start doing the whole spiral out, looking for additional tracks or clues.
Okay, make another survival check with advantage.
With advantage.
Yes.
Okay. And yeah, that is a 22.
Okay. So you spiral out. You're able to pick up the tracks again. Go ahead and roll another percentile dice.
That is a 56.
So you're able to actually track the tracks another just over 200 feet into the woods before you lose them again.
We'll just kind of keep doing the thing, just spiral out again till I find something. Natural 20 for a 23.
Okay. You spiral out, and eventually you find the horse. The horse appears to be injured and limping, but you do not see the kobold around.
Are we with him
Okay.
while he's doing this?
Yeah, you guys are all following him unless you have chosen to do
So
something.
at that specific time, I'm gonna start because I find it suspicious that the horse is there injured and the kobold isn't there. So I'm gonna start scanning everything to see if I see any traps or ambushes or anything like that.
Okay. Go ahead and make a perception check.
21.
So
I'll be doing the same.
Okay.
I'll ask the paladins to heal the horse.
All right.
How many? I mean, I know it's kind of meta, but with Khan's lay on hands pool, how many hit points does it look like it would need?
So a horse doesn't have a lot of hit points. So if he were to use one, it would probably heal the horse enough to where it could be sufficient to get it back to town and go.
Like 1 hit point or one. He's got what, 20 or 10 points? 5
Got
per
10.
level.
The
Ray
Yeah.
has 10, so he probably has 10.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Khan will use the glowing hands on the horse.
so the hit point on the horse are 11. So take it from what you will. So you're able to heal the horse. I mean, you can still see the cuts and scrapes on it, but the horse is capable of making it back to town. As Barrett and Initiate span out to
I'll
start
tap
looking.
Con on the back and say, "Fantastic!"
So as Con and Initiate start looking for traps, they're able to get about 40 to 50 feet away from where you guys are at, and they find some light rope attached to what looks to be some type of metal, probably utensils, fork, spoon. Basically, it looks to you guys like it's a
Noise
some type of noise alarm trap, to where if you were to walk past it, would probably cling metal next to it.
we want to spring the trap?
Yeah, I was gonna say let's set up an ambush and then make some tinkling.
That'd probably be a good idea.
Not to be confused with tinkling.
Yeah, not making tinkling. We're going to make it tinkle.
You're gonna make it tinkle. Okay.
Yeah.
Give me 1 second here. I gotta grab something. All right. So, just a second here. All right. So you guys find the trap. You realize that it is a noise-making trip line. How do you want to set up your ambush?
So, I guess is this in like this is a clearing, or is there some type of? There was the horse.
Right.
So
I mean, you're in the woods again, away from that. It's not nearly as dense as what it was, so the trees are probably about 15 feet apart. So there's a significant amount of space between the trees. I guess I could get some trees or something like that for you guys.
well, let's put the elf up in the tree, and then kind of everybody else 60 feet away so that we can run in within 1 round. Get in base with anything that needs it.
Let's do this.
Or I guess how far could we ride the horses through this area?
You could go. I mean, it's still a difficult terrain, but not nearly as restricted as what it was before.
Okay.
Where's the noise trap at?
I will show you guys here shortly. We'll have you guys this way. Let's see, who was it? Initiate and Asygarth.
Yeah, so Savarith's going to go up in a tree.
Okay.
And then
Pop up here in tree. So you're.
and then I suggest the rest of us just move back where
your noise trap.
in 1 round we can gallop into the area.
I'll take cover behind. I mean, we could take cover behind some trees.
Well, but we don't know what direction they're going to come from, so I think we want to be out of the area.
Yeah, we'll probably be far away from the noise trap, but close enough to where we can run to it.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
So do you want to come up here this way looking into it?
Yeah, something like that.
Okay.
But we'll try to do it stealthily.
All right. Go ahead and make a stealth roll.
Everybody?
There's
19.
okay. Yeah, everybody.
Severoth, oh jeez, up in the tree. He's got a 11
Okay.
up in the tree.
Ray has it.
15.
Just fine, because he's kind of the bait anyway.
15.
And we'll leave his horse there.
All right.
So
So the horses will be back here if you guys like.
Like,
Does that work?
sure.
All right. So you got
Or Con,
We got the injured horse too, right?
Yes, you have, and you've.
Con's at 14.
Okay. So the way I got it, Severith is in the tree.
Yeah.
You have Durek, Ray, Initiate, Khan, and Yosef is right here.
Where's Con in, I'm sorry,
Khan is
Khan
right
in-
here.
Initiate? Okay.
And Initiate's right here.
Okay. I like it.
Okay. So how do you want to spring the trap then, or spring the noise trap?
So Severeth up in the tree is going to throw rocks down and hit the utensils.
Okay. Make an attack roll with this.
So he'll just carry 10 of them and throw them until he hits it and makes noise. But I can go one at a time if you want.
Just make a generic attack roll.
12, 19. Second throw is going to be a 20.
So you throw 3 or 4 rocks before your 5th one actually hits it. You hear a little bit of noise. And then about 20-30 seconds of silence, and you hear some movement almost directly across from you in this area over here, but you don't see anything.
In which area? Sorry?
Right over in
Oh, okay.
coming from this area over here.
Okay, do I have a line of sight to any of them? Any of my guys, I mean? Sorry.
You have line of sight on all of your.
Okay, I'm gonna give them a thumbs up.
I'll move up behind that
Okay.
tree there and kind of hide behind it, taking cover.
Okay. So right here.
Yeah.
Anybody else want to make any movement?
Ray's gonna move up to the closest tree.
Rail, move up to the
Wait.
tree that's
Oh, yeah. I wasn't thinking we'd actually attack. Okay.
They're just taking cover right now
Yeah, they're just
because they heard him, but they just don't see him.
Anybody else want to make any movement?
I mean, I just want to hide behind, hide in the shadows somewhere.
Okay. So we'll bring you around over here by Con. You're able to hide fairly easily. So about 30, 45 seconds more goes by. You don't hear any sound of movement. But you do hear something fly through the air and hits the tree right here.
Can I see it? Is it just a? Does it sound like an arrow?
So as
Like
you look at the tree where you hear it hit, it appears to have a dagger sticking out of the tree.
Okay. That's a pretty bad throw. Okay. He'll look around and see if he can see who threw it.
Okay, go ahead and make a perception check with advantage since you're in the tree.
That's a 10. Rolled a 1 and a 7.
A 1 and a 7 with it. Okay.
Yeah.
So you're able to hear.
He's focused on hiding.
You're able to hear the dagger hit the tree, and you kind of got a glimpse of the direction it came from, but other than that, you're not able to see who or what threw it.
Okay.
But you fully believe that it came from this area in here.
Okay. He'll just hold action, ready
Okay.
to shoot.
Anybody else do anything?
Would I have been able to see where it came from?
Make a perception check.
That is a 19.
Okay. So you look over in that area, you heard it, and you think you saw something behind the tree. You got a small glimpse of it behind the tree, but you can't see it right now.
And it's not moving anymore?
You don't see any movement at this point. You were able to catch a glimpse of it, of something, and then the dagger hitting the tree.
So I'd like to start stealthing my way kind of around to see if I can get around behind where I saw.
Okay. Go ahead and make your stealth check.
Big money, no whammies. That's a 15.
Okay. So you're able to get to this tree and just around it. And well, maybe helps if I use the right stuff here. So you, as you get to that tree, you're able to look up and see the cobalt right there, and then as you're looking at it, you see a small bolt of fire coming your direction.
Oh, he saw me.
Nice.
So 14 plus 5 does a 19
A couple more
hit?
levels and I can teleport through the shadows.
Does a 19 hit?
19 hits.
Okay. You take 3 points of fire damage,
Yeah.
and at this point, everybody go ahead and make a everybody initiative roll.
19 for Dirk.
Okay.
9 for Ray.
Sylvaneth has a 16, and then Johan has a 13.
Initiates a 20, or I'm sorry, an 18,
Okay.
and Con is a 17.
Now, what did you say for Yosef and Sabrith?
Sabrith has a 16, and then Yosef has a 13.
13. Okay. All right.
And Con would have drawn his longsword and pulled out his shield this time around.
Okay. That brings us Initiate. I'm sorry, Derek. You're up first. So you see, everybody sees the firebolt go past the trees over there and hit Initiate.
I have 25 movement speed. Can I make it to one of the trees ahead of there?
You can make it to right behind this tree.
Okay, so I'll get behind that tree,
Okay.
and I'm taking cover.
All right. that will bring us to Initiate.
All right. So how far away is he from me now?
He is 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 feet from you.
50 feet.
And has
All right.
half cover from where you're at.
All right. So I'm going to move my full speed of 40 feet, and then I'll go ahead and expend the key point. No, I won't. I'll just move 40 feet, and as I'm sprinting over to him, I'm pulling out a dart and chunking it at him.
Okay.
Once
So
I
you're
get
going to move
within
directly
about
towards
15
him?
feet. Yep.
All right. So go ahead and make an attack roll.
That's gonna miss.
Okay. It misses then. Anything else you'd like to do?
No.
All right. That brings us to Con.
All right. So,
Con is right here.
how far away is he from the kobold?
30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 85 feet, and at this angle, half cover.
Okay, so he's gonna go his full movement speed of 30 feet.
Towards the Kobold?
Yep.
Okay.
And he's gonna throw one of his javelins at it.
Okay. Go ahead and make your attack roll.
At disadvantage. It is a 14.
14 does not hit. So the javelin sells at the Kobold, but hits the tree that it's hiding behind. That will
I'm still coming for you.
That will bring us to Sabra.
All right. Can he see it? Any of them right now? If not, he's going to climb down.
So at this point, the Kobold is not visible to Sabra.
All right. He'll climb down out of the tree
Okay.
and then try to move down to that other tree using dash if he needs to below. So to your left.
Okay. This is the one that the tree you want to get to?
Yeah, taking full cover behind it.
Okay. He will be at full cover. Anything else?
That's it.
All right. Well, that brings us to Yosef.
Can Yosef see any of them?
So at this point from here, no, he can see the tree that he's at from the angle that he's at, but it's almost full cover.
Okay, can I hit it with what do you call it? Vicious Mockery.
How far does that work?
60 feet.
You are not within 60. Or
All right, I'll keep moving up till I'm within 60 then.
what's your movement speed?
30.
30, put you right about there. 20, 30, 40, 55. 55 feet.
Okay. And then I will Vicious Mockery him.
Okay.
Oh, I had to move. Oh, never mind. No, I have to dash to do that. Okay, I'm done.
What do you mean you have to dash?
You said it was 55 feet of movement to get up there?
No.
Oh, that's my
you
distance
move,
to
you move 30 feet. You're 55 feet away from him at this point.
Got it. Then let me just double check. Make sure that Vicious Mockery really is that far. That seems... Sorry. Trying to figure out where spells are on D&D Beyond. There it is. Yeah, 60 feet. Okay, so I'll pull out the cigar, make a little thing of smoke, and I'll say, "Your alarm was so obvious that even the dwarf found it." And then he owes me a 14 DC.
That's right.
You angered my dog.
Yeah.
I take 1 point of
Yeah. The residual.
sarcastic damage.
Yeah. Did he fail?
Oh, helps if I look at the.
Not if you rolled another 18.
So that's 9.
Okay, he failed it. So he is he's going to take D4 and he will have disadvantage on his next attack. So that's taking 3 damage.
3 damage.
Severeth joining the group now.
I think that's Colonel Taylor. Let me give him a call. I wonder if he messaged me, because I didn't. He sure did. Oh no, he didn't.
No, I didn't message you.
Okay.
Hey, welcome.
Hey, what's going on?
Well,
much.
you're joining right in the middle of the fight, so almost perfect timing, popping in close to your character.
So, sir, you have 10 points.
Uh-oh.
Say again?
He cut out. He missed the fight earlier against phase spiders that were dealing like 27 damage per hit. That was kind of vicious.
Oh, did I survive?
Very
Yeah.
good.
Nice.
Brim, you're frozen if you can hear us.
Coronavirus got him.
Yep. I refer to her as Rona.
The coronavirus?
The Rona virus.
The Rona, huh?
All right. So the vicious mockery hits.
Yeah. Takes 3 damage and he has disadvantage.
3 points of damage and disadvantage on his next attack. Okay. You're still frozen, Brim. Moving a little bit.
That better?
There he goes.
There he goes. Yeah, he's back.
I don't know how much of that you caught before I got cut off, but you're
Nothing.
at five temporary hit points, and you've only used one of your lay on
It's,
hands pool.
It's +6 now because we gained a lot.
+6.
Yep.
I've used one lay on hands.
Yes.
Yep.
And you used it on a
Have-
horse.
Nice.
Yep.
So to
Have we
bring
had
you
a long rest since the last?
We have, yes.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
So to bring you up to speed really quick, basically they encountered some phase spiders in the small cave that you guys were in. You guys were able to defeat them, pull the treasure out. You guys took a long rest just at the cave opening, and then made your way to the horses in the morning, where you found that one of the horses was missing. You were able to track it further down the beach and then turns into the woods. You guys found the horse injured in the woods, and they were able to find a small noise trap before setting it off. Located the Kobold, which is where you guys are at now, and you're about 6 seconds into this battle with the Kobold sorcerer that you guys encountered before, that ran off into the ocean when you guys chased it.
Ouch.
Oh, okay.
So as of right now, helps if I can. The Kobold is over here. Let's see. Initiate is right here. Durick, Con is this one. Let's see. That is Yosef, Ray, and Sabra is right here. After that, let's see. So Yosef makes his thing. So it's Ray's turn at this point.
How far can she has 30 feet movement? Can she move up to the tree?
Which tree would you like? This one?
The one over there, yeah.
So let's see. 10, 20, 30. So she can make it to right about here, but still be covered from where the.
She's gonna dash over to the other tree.
To this one here?
No, to the one
That
closer.
one? So she's going to dash all the way up there?
Yeah.
And gets right behind that tree?
Yeah, she's gonna take cover while
Okay.
for the next turn.
Alright. So Ray's there. That brings us to the Kobold's turn. The Kobold is going to. Oh, yay! You just dashed all the way up. Everybody's joining right now. Grab a chair from upstairs. I don't have another one down here.
Or did Andrea make it?
Andrea just showed up, yes.
Cool.
So she's grabbing a chair really quick before the Kobold makes its turn.
You missed the phase spiders. I was
She's
having
grabbing a
flashbacks.
chair from upstairs. 'Cause I didn't think she was going to make it, so I only gave Matt the rocking chair down here. So I'm forcing her to grab a chair from upstairs and carry it down. Like a gentleman, I'm letting her do her own work.
That's right. Feminism, right?
Something like that, yes.
I think Colonel Taylor froze.
Oh, did he?
I'm getting a very intense stare.
Yeah, maybe.
That is the stare of a colonel.
Yeah.
This is
Awesome. Thank you.
That's the stare of an important task that was supposed to go out in the Frago. Didn't make it into the Frago.
Yeah.
Looks like he disconnected, so I'll add him again.
You're taking a screenshot of that.
We should have. There he is. With the same intense stare as when it froze. We were talking about
Yeah.
you froze with the stare of a colonel. It's like you've had practice doing that.
Yeah, once or twice.
Pretty sure there's probably a couple captains that were shaking in their boots with that stare. Or maybe even a sergeant major that didn't do exactly what you wanted.
Nah.
Alright. So, now that everyone is here all at once, with the exception of Todd, strangely. So the Kobold is going to wind up and hurl 3 rays of fire using Scorching Ray.
that should be
Um,
similar.
So the first
Or just the-
2
yeah,
will
so
go
those are real.
towards Initiate, and then the second one will go towards Con.
You will have disadvantage on that first roll.
Okay. 10 plus 3, so 13. Does that hit Initiate? And Initiate's froze now.
Your network connection.
I don't think it will. He'd have to have pretty low dex for that to hit. And I think he's got armor on as well.
Give him a-
Or no, he's a. Oh, never mind.
Oh, I got it.
Yeah, I doubt it.
Alright, are you back, Initiate?
I'm back.
Alright, 13 to hit.
2 spells.
The Kobold's casting Scorching
On
Ray.
me?
Yep. So the first one is a 13.
On your list there, so.
That's a miss.
All right. The next one is 17.
That hits.
Okay. And then to con 18.
That's my armor class. That's a hit.
All right.
Man, dice are on fire.
I'm using the metal dice today, and they are doing something fierce.
They're full of hatred.
They are. Hate and discontent. So 5 points of damage to initiate, 5 points of fire damage,
Okay.
and 12 points of fire damage to con.
Hey, Steven, did we officially level to level 2?
Yep, you're running at level 2.
Okay. So that took my 5 temp hit points and 7 into my actual. Okay.
All right.
And it's 6 now because I get charisma plus level, so
Okay.
plus 2.
Good to know.
So it will. Kobold will then use its.
You had a chart.
So use its remainder of its movement to get behind the tree over here.
We didn't have very much time to put it together.
And that will end its action. That brings us to Durek.
Okay, so I'm going to. I can't make it to the actual.
10, 12, 30. You can make it to the other side of the tree of the kobold.
Yeah. I'm gonna. Is that initiate?
In front of you, yes.
I'm gonna go to the right of initiate, and while I'm walking up there, I'm gonna swap up my hammer for a hatchet.
Okay.
I'm gonna get right beside initiate. Then I'm gonna fling that hatchet at the kobold.
Okay. Make your attack roll.
Or hand axe, I mean.
Okay.
12.
12 does not hit. So the hand axe goes flying past the kobold and lands in the dirt about 5 to 10 feet behind it. Let me go ahead and get rid of this. There we go. That brings us to initiate.
All right. How far away is he from me? 20 feet, 15 feet?
20 feet.
This is about to be really bad for our little kobold friend.
I wasn't sure.
Take him alive.
Yep. So running in there. I'm going to get right up on him, dagger, and then a knife hand to the throat, and a flurry of blows, key point, or a roundhouse kick to the side of the head.
Okay.
All right, so the dagger is a 19 to hit.
That hits.
Knife hand to the throat is a 18 to hit,
That hits as well.
but the kick is only an 11.
And that's going to sell right in front of his nose without even making contact.
So that's 6 and 10 points of, or 6 points of piercing damage and 4 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay. All right, so you stab it and punch it in the throat. Kind of chokes a little bit, but it's still standing. That brings us to.
Now, does that give him disadvantage on spells that require verbal components?
We'll see.
Where is he at?
Who?
Ooh, he just attacked.
He moved up to the. You moved up to him, right, Brim?
Yes.
So he's right in front of the kobold.
Just check.
All right. That brings us to helps if I learn how to read. Con.
Okay, so how far am I away from the one that Initiate just attacked?
So the one that initially attacked you are 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 55 with full cover right now.
Okay, so I will move up next to Initiate and use my dash action to get up there, and I'll attack him on the next round.
You want it next to initiate? All right.
Yeah.
There we go. All right. That brings us to Sabreth.
So he will move forward and shoot, get to a place where he can see, and then shoot him.
So you can take a step to your left, 5 feet to the
Shoot,
left,
but-
and you have full view of them if you want to shoot from there.
That's going to be 15 plus 9, 24.
That hits.
So it. And then, oh man, max damage. That's going to be 13 damage.
Okay. So go ahead and how do you want to do it?
He'll just pop out behind the tree and shoot him right through the head, like Brem's trying to meekly subdue him, and suddenly arrow just blasts right through. And Brem looks over at him like, the fuck? And he's like, what?
So looks like we lost. All right. So as Initiate stabbed him, and right as he goes to hit him in the throat, kind of. Next thing that Initiate sees is the arrow go through the side of the Kobold's head as it crumples down onto the ground. And you guys are out of combat at this point.
All right. Loot the body.
All right.
There's that intense stare again.
Loot the body.
So yeah, Johann will come wandering up and like, outstanding work, everybody, clapping everybody on the shoulder, and he'll I just point to one of you guys at random and say, go ahead and loot that body. Let's see what's on it.
All right. So you guys go up, you loot the body, you're able to you're able to find 24 pieces of gold and 3 silver. You find a small milkish orb on him, and then generic clothes. But that's pretty much it on him.
Alright, I'm back.
Okay.
All right, back to the village, I guess, right?
Okay. You guys are gonna go out back to the beach area and then head to Stone Harbor?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, do we need to go to Stone Harbor or do we need to go to Asygarth?
Which
So-
one's closer?
So Stone Harbor's probably about a day from where you guys are at now, and then Asygarth is another 5-day trek. From
Yeah, Stone Harbor.
But Asygarth was where we need to take the Kobold, right?
That's correct.
Okay.
So where do you guys want to go?
Well, we have adoring fans at Stone Harbor.
Do have that.
Could certainly give them another show.
And there is a young sailor that is excited to see that Kobold. That you guys
That's
remember.
true. That is
He
very true.
is excited to see that.
Oh yeah, nobody believes him.
Before we start our trek, could we take a quick short rest here so I can catch my breath from this last combat we just had?
Yeah, absolutely.
Most certainly. And if you're rolling hit dice, you get to roll an extra d6.
Nice.
Nice.
All right, so that's a 3 plus 3 plus 4, so that's 10. I was only down 6, so I'm back up full.
All right. So let's see. So we made a generic order as well. That way, if you guys wanted to talk through what you wanted to do in a specific order, so no one get left out, it was Ray, Initiate, Durek, Ray, Initiate, Durek, Savrith, Khan, and Yosef is just a generic order to keep anybody wanting to get anything in edgewise. So you guys head towards the beach. That way you can get full usage of the horses without being delayed by the woods. You start to head towards Stone Harbor. At this point, it's still it's probably past noon at this point, so Stone Harbor being probably a 24-hour trek from where you guys are at now. Do you want to take your long rest or short rest at the beach and go, or how do you want to do that?
No, I think we just do it. We already took a long rest. Let's just take a short rest and go up to Stone Harbor.
Okay. So you're able to take.
That's my opinion, anyway.
Okay. Anybody else wants to do anything different?
I don't think we need another long rest,
Hey,
do we?
Bard, what can you
Oh.
look at the milky orb and see if it's anything special?
Oh yes, absolutely. Let me have that. And so, in fact, when I see him pull it off the body, I immediately start reaching for it and grab it, and he's kind of like, "Oh, okay." And then I'll do my little seance and identify it.
Okay. Well, give me a second here. I had it written down and I don't see it on my paper, so I have to look it up again. I honestly didn't think you guys were going to go after it, so I think I read it on a different paper.
Well, we got to go after the horse.
I made a promise.
All right, let me get. There we go.
I don't know what the deal is tonight. It keeps dropping off.
Well, it's probably all the people with coronavirus being on the internet all the time.
I think so.
More than just the normal 13 to 14-year-olds playing Call of Duty.
That's true.
Alright, so identifying this orb.
An orb of scrying.
So you identify this as the orb of dragonkind.
Okay. And what are its properties?
So it has quite a few. I'm going to have to send it to you. Basically, has the following properties. 2 minor beneficial properties, 1 detrimental property. Has the ability to call dragons. And has the ability to destroy itself or another magic item. I will put this together and send it to you because it's about a half page of,
Okay.
of things that it can do. As of right now,
I will just pronounce it is an orb of kobolds and it requires further study.
there we go. As of right now, even knowing what it is, you still have no idea on how to use this, and would need further research anyway to be able to use any of its properties.
Okay.
So, as you guys get back to the beach, start heading towards Stone Harbor, you guys travel fairly uneventfully as you head back into Stone Harbor. You get to the outer gates. It's night, probably later into the night, close to midnight. Most of the taverns, patrons are either leaving to go to bed, or are so drunk and shitty that the tavern keeps are putting them up for the night.
Well, we'll offer to sing.
Okay. So you guys go back to the tavern that you were at before, which is, as you recall, is fairly large tavern compared to other ones in large cities like this. You get in there, and there's probably 2 people there, other than the main tavern keep and the barkeep. It's quiet. The 2 people there are fairly drunk at this point. One of them's pretty much slumped over on the table that he's been drinking at.
Only 2?
Yeah, there's only 2 people in there right now.
And this is the same one we went to last time,
Yes.
right?
So as you guys walk in and you see this, the tavern keep, she recognizes you and comes up to you and says welcome back. She looks and sees that the horses are outside, and she sees the kobold tied over the edge of the horse. Kind of just after acknowledging your guys' presence, she stares intently at the kobold, or what she thinks is the dragonish humanoid figure.
I noticed that she's doing that, and I say, "Do you have any place to put a prisoner around here that we can keep him from getting away?"
You can take him to the sheriff, and they can lock him any prisoner up in the cells that they have there. I don't know if they would be awake at this point, but you can certainly go try to see if they're awake. And the Knight's Guardsmen would probably be able to help you out.
I can just put him. We just put him in the room, one of the rooms with us, and I'll watch him.
Yeah. We'll just wait and say,
we'll just
do
take
away with
shifts.
them, and then we have music and stories.
We'll just take shifts.
Okay. So she sees it. She's in awe of it and slightly concerned that you're going to keep it there, but she allows you just because you guys made her so much money a few days ago. You take it up to one of the rooms. How do you want to secure him in the room?
I'll assure her that that he will be watched and he will not cause any problems, and then just keep him hogtied. But is there like did the bed have a post on it?
Yeah, you can tie it to the bed. There's some.
Put him on the floor on one of the corners of the bed, and then use some more lengths of rope. Tie him to it.
Okay.
Keep him from moving away.
All right, so you take quite a bit of rope and you tie it. It seems completely excessive. But as she watches you tie this kobold to the bed, she feels assured that not only that you'll take care of it, but that kobold is not going to go anywhere.
I'll also ask her for some meat, a small portion, just to feed the prisoner.
She acknowledges that, and she goes and starts to prepare it. And she asks anybody else if they want food or drink. As Yosef starts to play some music in the tavern.
I'll
Starts to-
just get whatever dinner is, if you still have some.
Oh, for you guys, definitely. I can go back there, and it'll take me a little bit of time if you guys are willing to wait for the food. You guys are more than willing, or more than welcome to do whatever you like inside the tavern. I can get you some drinks while you're waiting. I noticed that Yosef is already playing already.
Yep.
I'll get an ale.
Okay.
So, Colonel Taylor, sorry, what's your guy's name again?
Con.
I'll ask Con, do you mind casting Bless while we play? I think it will enhance our performance. And then he will definitely. It was you, and then who else was playing? You were playing drums, and then there was somebody else that was playing a musical instrument.
Yeah, Bless is only going to help attack rolls and saving throws.
Severus.
Oh,
was
okay.
playing
It's not
with you.
ability. Okay, I thought it was ability as well.
Yeah, guidance helps ability checks, but I don't get cantrips.
Yeah.
It was Yosef,
All right.
Severus, and Khan was kind of beating on some drums. Started with.
Oh, okay, yeah. So I'll get the three of us together and kind of come up with a plan of how we're going to play this thing, and then if they're able to help me, then I'll make some performance checks with advantage.
Okay. Who all's gonna join in again?
I'll join in on the drums. You gonna let me borrow your drums again, Matt?
Absolutely.
So that brings up a point. Was anybody tallying up all of the gold, and have we divvied it up yet?
I tallied it up, but we haven't split it yet.
Okay.
All right, here comes the performance check.
All right. With advantage.
With advantage, that's going to be 1, 2, 6. That's a 20.
Okay. So.
Yeah, knock it out of the park.
So you guys start playing the first song. Was anybody else gonna join in? Initiate.
I'm watching the prisoner.
Okay, so you're upstairs. You can hear the music start playing. The two guys that are in the bar or in the tavern turn around and start realizing it's you guys are there, and they start listening.
Yeah.
The music flows. The barkeep, the tavern keep they can hear it. She's in the back cooking while the barkeep's there, pouring whatever drinks that you guys like. You guys play the first song. The two guys that are there that are fairly still drunk, but they're more intent on what you guys are doing as opposed to wasting away in their
booze.
Yeah, in their Margaritaville drinks. So as that song comes to an end, or as it starts to approach the end, what do you guys want to do? It lasted quite a bit of time though. You played for probably 50
we need to play to more than just two folks. I'll ask the tavern keeper. Any chance you're going to be able to get more people in here to play to?
Jeez. The bartender says, "Well, if you want, we could probably pull a couple tables outside and see if we can set up a spot for you to play out there.
Yeah,
and try to bring
let's
more
do it.
people in if you want to do that."
Sure.
Okay, so the barkeep he grabs a couple of tables and he starts pulling them out. Takes him a little bit of time to get them out there. Kind of makes a makeshift stage with some of the tables. Puts a couple boxes up there for you guys to get on. Pushes out the piano or the item that they have there out there for you guys to play on. What's everybody else doing?
I'm just sitting enjoying my ale, waiting for the food.
Okay. Are you gonna go outside with them and eat the food outside with them, or are you gonna stay inside?
I'll go keep an eye on things.
Okay.
I'll go outside as well.
Okay. So you two go outside. Initiate's upstairs. You start. You go ahead and start setting up to play. Go ahead and make a performance check again
With advantage.
with advantage.
All right. That is a 4, 6. That's a 17.
17. So as you guys start playing, about halfway through your first song, the two guys that were inside come out and sit at the tables that you're with. The few people that are actually moving outside hear you guys start playing and start coming over to the area. About 6 people on top of the 2 that came out from outside of the tavern are now watching you play. A couple of them order drinks, and the bar keeps moving the drinks outside to them. As this song starts to finish, the tavern keep brings out any food that was ordered by anybody. So,
Excellent.
So Dirk starts to eat. Ray, are you at the table with Dirk, or where are you at?
I'll probably be at the table with the 2 people that were in the bar, kind of encouraging them to maybe throw some coins.
Yeah.
Musical folks.
Okay. Make a persuasion.
Vote with your money.
There should be some dice over there for you. So roll a d20 with your charisma modifier.
Well, there's persuasion.
Persuasion should be charisma.
Are you proficient in persuasion?
11.
11.
Right?
So
You're proficient with persuasion.
So it's this plus that, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
she's proficient, but she just didn't roll very good.
So what'd you roll?
A 6.
And what's your modifier?
5.
Is that the set modifier next to it, or is that?
That's the.
Do you have a charisma of 20, or do you have a charisma of?
Oh, you just want the charisma modifier?
It would be
Charisma modifier
persuasion,
is 5.
right?
Okay.
That doesn't make sense.
So if your charisma modifier is 5, then when you're proficient, you should be a +7 to your roll.
Well, that's what I thought, but this was automatically generated
Oh,
by D&D
okay,
Beyond.
so it's probably complete. All right, so 11. So the one guy reaches in his pocket, pulls out a couple pieces of silver, and just like you asked, tosses it up to the makeshift stage. You see the 2 pieces of silver bounce off a couple crates and lay there on the ground next to the performers.
Sweet. All right, we'll keep going. Hopefully, we get a bigger crowd.
Go ahead and roll performance with advantage.
9. That's a 15.
15.
Yeah.
So as you guys continue to play, about 5 to 6 more people show up. a couple people saw the drunk guy throw some coins that way, and so a couple other people start throwing some silver pieces and some copper pieces up towards the stage.
I go and
kind of turn it into a game to where they're hitting the wood right below the performers.
I go and get a mug, and then I put it down in front, an empty mug, and put it down in front.
Okay. On the ground.
On the ground.
Okay.
They have something to toss at.
Okay. One of the patrons sees you do that, takes a piece of silver, or takes a piece of copper and tries to arc it over to it. Instead of hitting the mug, lands right in the middle of the stage, almost hitting the drums that Khan is playing.
Nice.
So as I see him throw it, am I able to use the gust cantrip to maybe alter the trajectory to get it to land in the cup?
Sure, try.
All right. What, just like
Yeah.
13, and then what should I add to it? Like charisma, since that's my spell casting. So 17 total.
Okay. I think that's how it would work. Would it?
Sure. I
Let me pull up Gus. I don't know how to specifically do that.
the wind cantrip, like normally I would blow it like across 10 feet away or something, but since I've got a little more control over it because I use that for my pipe smoke, I'm hoping I can do something a little more delicate.
Okay.
So it's not a fair use of the gust cantrip per se.
Medium or small.
I'd say set a DC and then D20 plus proficiency bonus.
Wow. All right. So you see the coin go across. You see it in the air. You bounces right next to the drum. You cast your gust spell, and you see the coin go back towards the mug, hits the rim of the mug, and just falls outside of the mug.
Oh man.
That's about as close as you could have got it to that one. If I would have rolled a 1, I would have made it go in, but I rolled a 2.
Ah.
So that one continues. You've got a crowd of, at this point, about 14 people. Food's out there. The bar keeps bringing drinks out fairly consistently at this point. What do you want to do now?
Oh, we'll just keep playing and playing until it looks like it, kind of just use my musician's judgment to build everything up to a crescendo, and then play a last song, do an encore, and then be done for the night.
All right. So as you guys play, you get through about 16 or so songs. So lasts about an hour and 15 minutes of playing. You get to about 25 people show up. As you guys finish your last song of your main set, you get a huge round of applause, and you can hear the begs of the crowd for one more song. You play that last song. As you're playing the last song, more people have enjoyed the game of copper toss, where they're throwing copper and silver at the mug. The mug appears to be full, and you can see that
Nice.
1 or 2 people are trying to actually get their copper pieces to land on top of the mug and all the copper, almost unsuccessfully because it bounces off of it. As you finish up the last song, how do you want to end the play?
So we'll just kind of move it to a frenzied crescendo.
Okay.
And then just stop, and then we'll all bow, Thank you. You've been most kind. Most kind. Your donations go directly toward enhancing our instruments and our ability to play. And then I'll kind of do a last puff of smoke that is a hand that kind of waves goodbye, and then we'll all exit the stage.
All right. So as you three exit the stage and head inside the tavern, what is the rest of the party doing?
I was just wondering, what am I eating?
Whatever you ordered is what you ate.
Okay, so I
So-
assume that they had maybe some stew or something.
Yeah, they had a meat-filled stew or like a roast with some vegetables of your choosing.
So how much did the performers make?
Let's find out.
Yeah. Show me the money.
While they were doing that, I would have eaten my food, turned my back to the kobold to lower my mask to eat, put my mask back up, and then wake his ass up to feed him.
Okay. The kobold eats its food. Obviously, has probably only one hand. Everything else is tied up.
Oh no, I would have hand fed it to him
Oh,
so he
okay. In
wouldn't
that
be able to
case,
use
he's
his
completely
hands.
tied up, and as he started to refuse at first, but you showed him, here comes the airship, and fed him just like a baby, and he enjoyed eating it. So you guys wound up with 48 pieces of silver.
48.
48 pieces of silver and 63 pieces of copper.
We decided would after we identified it, receive the potion of fire breath.
Okay.
I don't know if we told Colonel Taylor that yet.
Oh, yeah, so the two potions, there was the blue potion was the potion of water breathing, and then the red potion was the potion of fire breath.
All right, I'll add that. I call that a fireball old fashioned.
All
It's
right.
been a while since I've had one of those.
So how much are our rooms going to cost us?
So she's reduced the rate for you guys specifically because she makes so much money off of you. She charges you 1 gold piece for an entire week's stay.
Okay.
So 1 gold piece for each of you.
Knowing that we're leaving the next day, that's really good of her.
She keeps the rooms for you. She keeps at least 2 open rooms for any time that you guys visit at this point because she
Okay.
expects you guys to come and doesn't charge you.
Bring down the house. Yeah.
Doesn't charge you free meals and probably gives you 2 to 3 drinks on the house before anything. So.
Right on.
All right, so you guys go to the rooms and rest, or what do you want to do?
Yeah, I'll go in to retire to my room and get my unseen servant getting everything spick and span and take a nap.
Okay.
Who's gonna
Take a long
the
rest.
first watch?
Would the guy the old sailor that nobody believed the kobold exists, would he have been in the crowd anywhere?
Let me look. You didn't see him. He didn't show up to this one. He was probably pretty tired. I mean, it was fairly late when you guys got there. Most of the people that showed up were people that were still on the streets, probably at a different tavern drinking, but seeing the music outside, they stopped by and drank some more. But he wasn't there. So you guys go into the tavern, go up the stairs to the rooms that are available. You guys rest how you want to and take. If you guys want to do any specific watch, rotation, you guys can. That you're able to get through the night, however you go, without any incident, all the way up into the morning.
I guess we'll go down and eat breakfast and get prepared to go back to take this guy to the king.
Okay.
So if you guys bring up watch to me, he just kind of makes it clearly known that he expects everybody else to do that because he doesn't do that type of thing.
I don't think anybody's bringing it
Fair
up
enough.
to you. At least not right now.
Okay.
All right. So the night passes. Morning comes up. Breakfast is ready and hot as you guys go down to the main portion of the tavern. Pretty much whatever you want. She wasn't expecting to make a whole bunch of money, but having you guys show up, she was delightfully surprised. Made quite a bit of money, so she has breakfast ready for you. The horses are still outside. You have the kobold tied upstairs, and breakfast is on the house.
Alright, you guys want to head back after we're done
Excellent. I'll tell these guys a great tale of a little boy who was able to rise against numerous disadvantages in his life and seize the greatness and the glory that were his. So everybody gets 6 bonus hit points.
Seeing a theme here.
Yeah.
Doesn't stand watch, but he definitely is inspiring.
Yeah.
Well, those hit points pretty much saved us last round.
Yeah, they definitely
Right.
did. Okay, you guys consume your breakfast. Are you guys planning on heading back to Asygarth, or did you want to do anything in Stone Harbor before you left?
I think we should just head back to Asygarth.
We wanted to find that little boy, right?
Well, we can. Isn't that on the way out?
So not
guess.
necessarily a little boy. He's probably 18 or 19. Very
Okay.
young
man.
sailor, right? You have an idea of the pier that he was on when you guys were asking around. You could try back down there to see if you
Yeah.
talk to him, if you want.
Yeah, let's do it.
Is that what you guys all want to do?
It's fine. I'll just follow along.
All right,
It's not much. It's just time. I'm on a horse.
fair enough.
Yeah.
All right, so you guys head back down to the pier. How are you carrying the kobold?
He'll be on the back of my horse,
Okay.
much like he was before.
So as you guys mount the horses and start to head down towards the piers, people in Stone Harbor start looking intently as you guys ride down towards the piers, seeing what they've only heard of in stories is that dragon humanoid figure that is the kobold that you have tied to the back of the horse. And as you guys get closer to the pier, there's more people gathered around you to look and see what you guys have on the back of your horse.
So once we get enough people gathered around, I'm going to launch into a story about how we bravely went through and we fought all these monsters and do like all the smoke images of all these kobolds, and we had to fight through 10 spiders and have all those, and then finally we bring you this, and I'll rip back the curtain off of its head and reveal the kobold beneath.
And so as you rip the bag or the cover off the head of the kobold, there's a sudden gasp, almost collectively through the crowd, and you hear a voice, almost to the complete side of you guys. And you hear it go, "I told everybody it was real. There it is. I told you they'd bring it back." And you see the young man
I
over
put my
there.
in. You did.
So he pushing his way through the crowd. "There it is. I told everybody. I told everybody." As he gets to it, finally comes all the way up to where the kobold is, and he's pointing at it, and he's excited, and then all of a sudden he just stops and looks at it and all.
That's not it.
What's that?
He says no.
Oh no, he's just staring at it so intently that
Oh, okay.
um,
I thought I heard you say like said no. Like
no.
oh man.
He's sitting there in awe,
Okay.
not no.
I'm going to use my gust and my cigar to make it look like smoke is coming out of the kobold's nose.
Okay. Let's see what everybody believes it. Everybody thinks. Everybody around you, without hesitation, as the smoke appears in front of the nose of the kobold, there's a collective jump back away from it, almost like they believe that it's going to shoot fire or something. But there's just a
And I'll
Does it
just
make
look
him
at them and say, "Indeed."
or maybe it's going to sneeze and send some type of fire-ish Rona virus
Yeah, exactly.
over the crowd. They jump back.
Social distancing.
Yep, I'll tell them. Remember your social distancing and fear not; these beasts are under control.
I think you may have. Did you see what he did to the kobold,
Oh,
Mr. Taylor?
No.
He made his pipe smoke come out of its nose to make it look like it was about to breathe fire and scared the crowd.
Oh yeah. I caught that.
so you got the young man there. There's probably quite a few people that if you guys were to start moving on the horses, you'd probably bump into people. At this point, what do you guys want to do?
I would say we tell them to
Let's
make
set
way.
out.
We're taking this to the king.
The young man looks up to you guys and asks, "Is there any way I can come with you? I want to see more of this thing. I want to see how it sleeps, and I want to see everything that it does."
I want to try. I'm going to do insight on this young man
Okay.
to try to determine if I can see if there's any ulterior motives.
Okay.
That's really low. I just assume that he is indeed very impressed with my catch.
That is what did you roll?
5, and then it would be intelligence, so a 6, 7.
Okay. You completely believe that he is infatuated with that kobold, and by all means, his mannerisms, his voice, his facial expressions all give you that impression that he is truly excited
Captivated.
to see that kobold. Yeah.
Nothing more than a fanboy.
Pretty much. I kind of feel guilty for you two, because I see you on the monitor here, so I'm trying to look at everybody. But I try to. Well, you're behind the monitor. I can't even see your face for real.
Yeah.
Maintain virtual contact.
Yes. You guys technically aren't here. I'm just looking at the monitor in front of me to see everybody in the screen here.
Social distancing.
Exactly. And the barrier. So.
It includes looking at people too. I catch the
Well,
corona that way.
That's the social part of it. They're not saying physical distancing. They're saying social distancing. So if I feel if I just become emotionally void, that meets the intent, right?
So should
So,
a few of us roll for, what was it, insight?
You can
Yeah, absolutely.
Just
You can
because.
certainly
you
you
can
can
check.
certainly do that.
I want to take this boy as my squire, this young man.
I rolled a 20.
You rolled a 20.
A
Okay.
natural 20.
Yeah.
So, from what you see, it's definitely like you can tell that he's a sailor. He believes that this is probably the greatest thing to validate everything that he has said his entire life and the stories that his family has told him about these dragon-type creatures that live away from Stone Harbor in the woods. You believe that he is truly infatuated and excited that you brought it back to prove his family not crazies.
Not totally crazy.
So you want to try to make him
Yeah.
your squire. All right.
You, my boy, seem like you have a life cut out for adventure. How would you like to join us?
Go ahead and make a persuasion roll.
Come on. That's an 11.
11.
See how bad he really wants it.
Yeah. Gonna call his bluff right here.
I mean that's a great opportunity. I mean I have some free time to where I could go back to Asygarth with you guys and spend probably a week or so, but then my job requires us. The ship's leaving 14 days from now, so I have a little bit of time that I could spend with you guys, but I don't think I could leave my current job and join you for a long time.
This isn't a job, it's a whole new life.
Calling.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm excited to see this Kobold, and I know you guys do amazing adventures. If you guys want to, if you guys would allow me to come back to Asygarth with you, so I can see the Kobold, that would be great. I don't know what adventures you guys are going to go on next, but if you ever go after this Kobold, more of these Kobold things again, I didn't have to go to sea, then I would be more than willing to come with you guys.
Well, then come along.
So he'll follow you to Asygarth.
Okay.
Probably spend a day with you guys in Asygarth before he would have to come back here to get back to the ship before they leave on a voyage.
Well, we'll grab your horse and whatever provisions you need, and let's go.
I don't have a horse, but I got some stuff I can grab, and I can come along with you guys if you don't mind me, ride on the back of one of your horses, or you guys go slow enough to where I can keep up with you.
We certainly shall.
Okay, so he takes probably a couple hours to go back to his ship, grab some stuff, and to join back up with you guys to go to Stone Harbor.
Did his first sergeant sign his pass form?
Yeah.
So they don't have first sergeants on ships.
Yeah. Did his first mate.
His boatswain's mate knows where he's going.
His bosun's yeoman.
Sure.
Did
I can
S1
make up
sign
words,
off on
too.
it? Make sure that his trips was filled out. He did his country brief.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. You're getting way too deep into this. He's on Liberty. All right, so you guys, over the next 5 days, travel to Asygarth. You get into town. You're very familiar with the town because you guys, every one of you, lived in that city at this point, or prior to your adventure. You get there around noon on the fifth day. As you come into town, similar thing happens where people see the kobold on the back of your horse, and they start to gather around to look at it. Get multiple people that feel validated that it exists, and they're pointing to it, and you hear those murmurs, or those people saying things. As you guys go towards the middle of the town, where the general would be, who you have to return to.
I will, of course, tell the tale of how we gallantly captured this foe and how we fought 20 others like it. And yeah, just kind of pump it up.
So as you guys are traveling through there and you're telling the story and everyone's gathered around, the guy that's traveling with you goes, stay back though, it can breathe fire. And people,
Absolutely.
as he says that, they kind of jump back.
Yep.
They kind of keep a distance away from the sides of it. They kind
Yeah,
of
same
part ways
trick.
for you. So he's telling a story that he's making up as it goes and embellishing that you guys fought 50 spiders and 30 of these creatures in order to bring this one back. And so he's definitely building you guys up to everyone here.
Yeah.
You guys.
The only survivor. The rest were not worth the trouble.
While he's doing that, I'll lean over to Con and say, "This boy's got a little bit of Joseph in him."
Yeah.
So you guys approach the center of the city. You get to the square, and you know what the building where the general's office is, and you can make that way if you want, or whatever you'd like to do as you guys get to the center of the town, which is the city. And gosh, here's the crowd.
I'm for turning this foul beast over to the general. What say
Yeah.
you?
That was our mission.
Okay.
Yep, I'll take it to the General Glick or whatever his
General
name
Glick. Okay. So you guys go to the building where General Glick's office is. As you get up to the building, there are two guards standing there. They clearly see the kobold and know that that's what they were expecting a group to return with, a figure like this. Those two quickly go over to the horse that the kobold's on, grab the kobold and throw him off the horse onto the ground, and start dragging him into the building.
Well then, what is our next mission?
I would have expected us to
Gabe's
get
this one. I'll
paid
take
for
one talk to that person.
stuff. So let's go and talk to the person that we signed up for, and tell them we brought back the kobold.
Okay. So you get off your horse and head towards the building. The two soldiers that are dragging the kobold into the building, you follow them right in. You're able to see them go. They kind of take a veer off, and you can see General Glick over there on the opposite side of the room. He's sitting there. He sees the two soldiers drag the kobold across the floor and into a different room as they shut the door. He looks at you. Who's all going in the building with Derek?
I definitely am.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll go.
So
I think we should all go.
okay. Is anybody not going in?
Nope.
Okay, so you guys all go in there. General Glick stands up as the door that the soldiers pulled the Kobold through slammed shut, and he asks, "Describe what you saw, where it was at. Tell me the details of your findings."
So I'll pull out the dulcimer and I'll give him the full blown record of it. Smoke and all. Yep. Give him the performance of a lifetime. And if I could get a little bit of bass beat to help me out, then I can get advantage, hopefully.
I'll strum a beat on my shield.
So go ahead and make a performance check with advantage.
Oh my gosh, that's only an 11. That's bad, a 1 or a 5.
He walks over to the smoke and wafts his hand in the air. He's like, "Stop this crap. I didn't ask for a show. I asked for an explanation."
Sounds like a general.
I'll kind of
I'll go up to him in a
I
very
just smoke my
stern-
pipe angrily while the truthful paladins, give him the real skinny on it.
Okay, so
You were that lieutenant that tried to put animations in your PowerPoint.
I was going to go up to him and talk to him in a militaristic manner, just give him the lowdown of everything, based off of my past military experience.
okay, so you go straight over to him. You lay down directly, step by step, what happens. Fairly concise. He looks at you. Asks a few details about how many more there are, how many of these things, what exactly that they did. You relay that one was a sorcerer and had magical abilities. The other ones didn't appear to have any magical abilities. Do you want to provide him any other objects or things like that items that you found, clothing, anything like that, off of the kobolds?
If you're talking about that pearl, absolutely not. Definitely not talking about that, showing it, nothing. Nope.
Just saw him other than some clothing and minor rusty weapons and nothing really of value.
You see him write a few things down, goes back over to his desk, grabs a pouch, and says, "You guys have done great things." Throws the pouch. It goes flying through the air, lands right at your feet, Derek.
Can I try to catch it?
Absolutely.
What do I make?
Just go ahead and make a dexterity check.
Well, first, did this dude
14.
throw it on the ground as a power move? Like, here's your money, now pick it up.
14.
So you miss it. So you take a swipe at it, still lands right at your feet. He's like, "You guys have done great for your city. The president will appreciate this. Now leave. I have things to do."
I grab the bag and I guess we leave. Or I leave.
Okay.
I also will leave.
As I'm leaving, I'm looking at the bag. What do we have?
And I leave with an extreme flourish, tossing my cape as I go, even though I know I look at him directly as I do it.
I look at him and I chuckle softly to myself.
You can tell that as you flip your cape and he's told you to leave, there's just a general
lack of interest in bards.
Disgust of anything from that. He goes back over to his desk and sits down, and he's forgot about you guys before you even get out the door.
Are we out of the building yet?
Is everybody leaving the building?
Yeah.
I look at them and I say, General Gluck is one weird character. I guess he must have been military for a long time or something.
So as you guys all get out, and the young man that's with you, he looks over. He says, "Weird. That guy's kind of a dick." And
You're not wrong.
door closes. So,
I wouldn't say that to his face, son.
I'll want to take the horses back to the monastery that I borrowed them from.
okay. So you do that. As you're getting ready to do that, the young sailor looks at you guys and says, since they've taken it, I'm probably just going to get a room here tonight and take off back to Stone Harbor in the morning. But this gives you some information of the ship that he's on, which I will come up with a name later. And he's going to go to one of the local taverns there and find a room for the night.
What's his name?
Billy.
George.
Steven.
You can just make something up.
We will call him Sailor Sal.
Sal the
Either
Sailor.
Sal.
Sal the
Yeah.
Sailor. Sal the Salty Sailor. Very
Better-
salty for a young
better write it
19-year-old
down.
sailor.
Fare thee well, Sal.
So I'm looking in the bag.
We
to
look
see
forward
what
That is
to
now
riding
canon.
on your
Lick
ship
gave
that
us.
will be named later at some point.
Say that again?
We look forward to riding on your ship that will be named later at some point.
Okay. He says, anytime you guys need passage to Portsmouth, that's where we typically travel to pick up goods back and forth between Stone Harbor. You guys are more than welcome to get on a ride, and I'll vouch for you.
All right. Well, I will clap him on the back and wish him to reconsider and tell him he should come with us. But
Go
Yeah.
ahead and make a persuasion roll.
that's going to be an 18.
Okay.
That's a little better.
He says, "Thank you for the offer, and I will definitely keep that in mind. But for now, I think it's best if I stay in my current profession to take care of my family or take care of my parents." So at this point, what do you
Hey,
guys? Yeah.
Hey, Steven, I'm going to have to drop off here in a minute. So Khan's going to awkwardly broach the subject about divvying up all the gold that from the reward and everything we gained. And I have a few errands I need to run. I need to tithe at the temple, and I have a couple of items I need to purchase here in town. So, and he'll coordinate a time that in a place everybody's going to meet back up.
Okay.
Great.
So you guys got 100 gold from General Black.
I buy a horse.
Buy a horse.
Yep. Got to ride in style.
So, if you want, I don't know who has the best notes on all the loot that you guys have, but if you want to divide it up, and then I can
Yeah, just
We
shoot
can
me
just-
a
we can
text
put it in
or
the
a
Facebook
message.
group on what the loot was.
Okay, yeah,
I
sounds
have
good.
Divide it that way.
Are we gonna sell
All
the
right.
gems?
You guys do whatever you like with the gems.
Here, sir.
All right, folks, have a good evening.
All right. We'll see you.
All right.
Good luck. Stay away from the coronavirus.
So do you guys want to sell these gems? It'll be about 30 more gold.
30 more gold each, or just period?
Period.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
Sense of keeping them around.
At this point, nobody needs any gems for spell components, do they?
They're just light green, dark green gems. They don't really have any. We don't really know what they are.
They're pedestrian trash.
So I have a pretty good list going here, so I'll go ahead and so plus 30 sale of gems. Was there another thing that we had found? I can't remember.
So you guys, other than the loot that you guys got, you had the 2 potions of water, breathing, and fire breath. You had the 3 gems. And then you guys acquired the orb.
Okay, so that accounts for everything. I just have to calculate it.
Okay.
As for the orb, is there like, am I going to actually know everything about it, or am I going to need to do more research to know everything about it?
You're going to need to do quite a bit of research on this.
Okay. Is there?
You have heard very or distant tales of an orb of this nature, but even through all of your studies, you don't have a solid grasp of everything that it can do or how to use it.
Yeah. Because I guess, is there like a well-known library or something that we could try to go to so that I could get more information?
In this city, there's pretty much any resource that you need when it comes to studying or going to people that could potentially identify it for you.
Yeah. Is there like, because I would be concerned of people of our beloved Presidente that would be looking over my shoulder if I were to do such things. So I'm trying to work out like how I could do it kind of low key or under the table or get that information without tipping my hand or making it seem like we've actually got it.
So
Because I'd kind of be like, wow, could this really be what I think it is?
So as of right now, for the people that you know and in the town and trust, you don't specifically know anybody that you trust well enough in this city
Okay.
to ask that question without potentially them going to the king or his staff to let him know that you would have. You don't feel confident that it wouldn't get out that you had this item.
Well, then I definitely hold on to it, keep it a secret. And I want to, if there's a library or whatever, I'm going to start going to that library and intentionally looking up things that have nothing to do with that orb.
Okay. You can go to any type of library. So there's an open library for the city. There's also a library for religious leaders that you can get access to with, with some small favors or permissions.
I want to start looking up magical rapiers. That's what I want to look up.
Okay. So you go to the library and you look up generic magic items, looking through various types of blade type magic items. Libraries are not as extremely popular with the common people of the town, but you do see
They let common people read.
some
What kind of city is this?
there are quite a few of intellectuals within the library, people that are close to the king's leadership, religious figures, and then some fairly prominent merchants or owners of businesses that go in and out of there. At any given time within the library, there's maybe 5 or 6 people other than the librarian that's there.
Okay. Yeah, so I just want to start looking at generally at magic rapiers and any type of history of fencing, things like that. Everything is sword oriented.
Okay. You're easily able to find information on swords,
Okay.
rapiers, small weapons of that type.
Yeah,
Um,
that's it for me.
okay. Anything for you, Ray?
I don't think so. I mean, we're at least done for now.
Okay.
I have a lot. I mean, I don't know. Part of me wants to go talk to that kid and find out why he's just all of a sudden like, I'm just gonna go home and I don't want to hang out with you guys and talk anymore about this for somebody that's so interested. Seems
Okay.
odd that he.
So we're friends, bro.
You could do that.
Okay.
So you track down the kid, Salty Sal.
Yeah.
You meet him at the tavern that he's at, and you walk in there. He's grabbed some lunch. He's just sitting there eating, having an ale.
We'll go sit down and order lunch, even though we're almost done and home,
Okay.
and just kind of ask him if he has any other questions about what we found and
So
why he's so eager to get back to his ship.
okay. So he explains to you. He's like, that was one of the most exciting things I've ever seen. I wanted to see as much as I could of that, and then as soon as that guy took him away, it's kind of. I mean, I'm really not of use to you guys. You guys are, you guys are the people that found the Kobold. I still gotta get back to the ship, and I mean we're setting sail in about 8 days from now. So I mean it takes 5 days to get back there. I just need to get back so I can get to work. I mean it's awesome that you guys let me come up here and spend some time with you guys and hear the stories that you said. I really appreciate all that. Like I said, anytime you guys need to get some get passage to Portsmouth or anything like that, just let me know. More than willing to get it to acquire you guys space on the ship.
I think part of it should be in why I was getting low rolls is because I was strongly alluding that he could be my servant, and so that's what kind of turned him off to the whole idea.
Yeah, he doesn't. He's not against the idea of going. Just the urge for him to provide for his family through constant work is more appealing to him at this point than becoming an adventurer. That's the feeling that you get from him right now.
I'll just finish my lunch and then head home, I guess. Wherever that is.
All right. You guys wanting to do anything, Derek?
I took all the gold to the exchange, the bank, and exchanged it, and then split it between everybody.
Okay.
It's 57 gold points and 19 silver points for everybody. And then I say, well, if you guys want to do another venture, just meet up over at in front of the general's place tomorrow. I'm gonna head home and get some rest.
Okay.
Now, is that in addition to the 100 that we got, the 57 plus
That's
basically?
with the 100. That's everything combined together, then split up
6 ways.
6 ways.
Okay.
So the 100 was part of that.
Oh, so I'm still short on horse. All right. I'm gonna go and play at some taverns, hoping to make enough money to get me the other 10 I need to buy a horse.
Okay. You alright?
Yeah.
Anything that Initiate or Savric wants to do?
I'll just be if we're not really doing anything collectively, I'll just be at the monastery meditating.
Okay. And if that's where we're gonna be at, I think this is probably a good spot to end it for tonight.
Yeah.
We'll meet back up here in 2 weeks if that's all right with everybody.
Yeah.
And now that we have something for Andrea to where she can't lose her paper, she might show up on time next week or next 2 weeks from now.
Do you have a tablet yourself?